Hello and welcome to my second video for my YouTube channel. Welcome to a lovely sunny Aberdeen. Here we are, Aberdeen International Airport, and we are flying in the Twin Otter for this second video. I flew up on stream from Manchester to Aberdeen and unfortunately ran out of fuel about, I don't know, 100 yards from the runway. Some people might have caught that. So I decided to do the return leg, and this time hopefully with enough fuel, and also with a bit more knowledge about actually flying the Twin Otter. So yeah, this video is going to be that basically. We're supposed to be flying at flight level, well, at 10,000 feet basically, but I've got a feeling with this cloud we'll be flying underneath that. I have my ORBX Scotland and England scenery loaded, or it should be, so yeah, the view should be nice. I know they were nice on the way up, so hopefully this will be quite a nice flight. So yeah, let's get cracking then. I just need to get my checklist back in order. Okay, I've got my checklist in the right place now. Okay, so let's get inside the aircraft. Alright, so for starters, let's get rid of the flight controls lock. The parking brake is set. As it seems to when it loads in, it starts to move forward because it takes a while for it to load cold and dark. I have to like slam the parking brake on, but all is good. Okay, so emergency fuel switches to normal. I don't know whether that's these ones. Oh, press the wrong button. That doesn't help. Or whether they're in the overhead. They should be. Oh, they're these ones. Here they are. Yeah. So they're to normal. That's all good. Fuel select. Normal, yeah. Boost pumps off. Static source. Normal. Yeah, all this is good. So we need to get the basically the lights. So let's go up the top. Well, for the start, let's actually get some power to the aircraft. That would probably help. There we go. And let's just pick what lighting we want on. So we need our anti-collision to come on. No smoking signs can come on. Seatbelt signs might as well come on. Do we need a bit of light? What does that look like? I don't know whether we need the light. What do we think? It's a bit dull, isn't it? Maybe I will have the light. Why not? My bad. Sorry, I keep pressing my views. I'm very new to the chase plane views, so keep pressing the wrong views. Bleed air switches, yeah, all them are off. Generator switches are off. Buzz tie switch to normal, which it is. There it is. Fuel levers are off, yeah. The prop levers are at idle. And they're full. So these need to be, the prop levers need to be full forward. I find these really hard to work. I need to remember to just do that. There we go. Rather than using the wheel on my mouse. Landing lights are off, yeah. Ignition switch to normal. Yeah. So we've got the battery on and everything. Lights. Fuel quantity. Let's just check we've got enough fuel. Oh, we got tons of fuel. Tons of fuel. That's good. More than enough. So that's all good. Cool. So I'll skip through the checklist now. I won't bother with the tests. Let's just get the engine started pretty much. And then well, actually, let's just get this on and see. I wanted to just test see if I could. I'll turn the messages off. Go. Let me just get this zoomed here. So I wanted to see if I could load a flight plan in. I don't know how you load actually a flight plan in. Try this. Add. Okay. And hopefully, let's go to downloads. That's the one. Choose routing, direct GPS. Going to be VFR. Okay, so that's a bit stupid then, because then it doesn't add the route in anyway. So to add a waypoint, how do we do that? Let's see what Active Sky says cloud level is. Clouds. $6,000 feet. Overcast. At. Oh, so we're going to be flying pretty low, I think. Let's fly at 1,000 feet then. Actually, no, that's a bit. I mean, it would have to be at. Maybe we'll have to fly above the cloud, so we'll fly at 7,000 feet. Okay, so I want to add a waypoint. Why isn't the route coming up? There we go. Now it's got the route. And we'll fly at 7,000 feet. Which is hopefully just above the clouds. And there it comes. It's all in. Perfect. That's the first time that's actually worked, which is great. It'll be interesting trying to pick the approach anyway, but we'll have to see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Cool, so now that's done, let's look at starting the engines then. So fuel levers need to be off, which they are off. Prop levers are full forward. Power levers are idle. Let's get the boost pump forward and aft on, which is down the bottom here. And then we start the right. There goes the prop. And then we'll start the left. Now I know which way to click it, which is that way. Wait for the pressure. Which we do have. There goes the left prop. Cool. let's pull these both to feather. Let's get the generators left and right, which I think are up the top. Yeah. So we'll do an initial climb of should we fly? Let's get to. We'll go to about 1,000. Initial climb of. Actually, no. Let's just go straight up. So I'll set it to where we want to be, which is 7,000 feet. Which is all cool. Should we just check the flight controls? Rudder. That's all good. Lovely. Okay, let's view our lighting. Let's get taxi light on. Have I put the seatbelt signs on? Yes, I did. Good. I'm just going to ignore all the tests that we have. So let's get bleed air on. The ice boots, the ices are here to auto. I think it said, oh no, it said auto off manual. Oh no, it should be to manual, sorry. Lead air left and right, generate left and right. For that test. Okay, so let's get our flaps to 10. Down they come. Nice. And we'll just make sure, I want to make sure that this is set to GPS as well. Cool. Alright, so we're going to take off on runway 16. Actually, I'm just going to check the winds for that. Just give me 1 second. Aberdeen. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Okie dokie. So we're ready to rock. Let me just make sure I've got my map in place and I know where to taxi to. So I'm just going to flip us round to the right, as there's no one to our right. Is there a reason why we're not moving? There we go. Just wasn't giving it enough juice. I think it's probably because I've got the props set too low. Let's get them up to... I think this will probably get us moving now. There we go. Bring ourselves round, get onto the taxi line. We'll go straight up here and then to the right. Very hard aircraft to control, but I'm getting there with it. Trying not to go too fast, that's the the thing. Trying to balance the power for the speed. Quite an interesting one. Down this little taxi route, as we're small enough. I'm absolutely loving this livery, by the way, the Seychelles livery. Liveries are really difficult to install, I've found, with the Twin Otter, so I don't really have many of them. But I do have this one. Just lost my speed there. Come on. I'm gonna go left here. Whoa, you see how it suddenly shoots off? It's incredible. 1 minute it's like not moving and then the next minute it's shooting off. Really got to be careful with this aircraft. So we're going to take this right here, as we don't need to go right to the end of the runway. This aircraft gets up very quickly, and we're very light. We've got no cargo. We're literally just 2 people in this aircraft today. Okay. So I'm just going to clear the approach with my traffic add-on, so we know we can get on there. I'm just going to bring on position lights. Now the landing lights should be up here somewhere, I would have thought. but I can't seem to see them. Oh, strobe lights are there. Why can't I see the landing light? The taxi light can probably come off now. Christ, why can't I see him? Are they in a funny... Oh, I know where they are. I think they're in they're here, aren't they? Landing lights. There we go. On. Okay. Took me a while. Okay, let's just line up. Get a bit of power. Get us on the runway. Come on, keep enough power so we can get the nose round. There we go, nice line up. Okay, so now the props need to come to pull forward. Stop myself for a second. Let's just set the correct heading, so 16. And I think we are good to go. So let me just change my sheets around. Okay. Let's give it some welly. Let's go. Up we go. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Gonna back round to the right. Climb up through the clouds. Gonna straighten up. Get a bit of altitude. Hopefully get us out of these clouds. That's the plan. Now I'm just going to turn the autopilot on to nav. And it should climb us up to the altitude we want. or is this going to try and hold us at this altitude? Okay, so I think that holds us, so I'm going to take that off and climb us up to 7,000. I'm going to pull the flaps up. I'm just going to pull the props back. I'm just going to trim us just so that we are climbing to what we need to be climbing to. Bit hard to see anything at the moment. That's why we need to get out of these clouds. If we get above them, that'd be nice. Don't seem to be far off. We're just coming above them now. Here we go, slowly but surely. Still climbing. To be honest, I'm not quite sure whether these clouds are going to quite reach as high as Active Sky was saying, so we might not need to climb as high as 7,000. I just want to get above the clouds. Pass over Scotland. Okay, I think I'm going to take the landing lights off now. Oh, I've gone to the wrong panels. My bad. Landing light can come off. Going above the clouds. Quite a lot of cloud, unfortunately, today. I thought we might be able to see more of the scenery, but I don't know whether we're going to be able to, looking at this. As you can see, we keep sort of coming in and out of the clouds still, so we still need to climb. Your damper needs to come on, apparently. Don't really need the light on anymore now we're above the clouds. I'm going to keep the seatbelt signs on because it could get a bit bumpy. And yeah, the landing lights are off, and that is everything for cruise now. I say cruise. Do you call it a cruise in a prop? You probably do. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher. I reckon to... It did say 6,100 feet with the clouds, so let's go to 6,300. Almost there. Okay, now hopefully that'll hold us at 6,300. Lovely. So we can see a bit better now that we're just above the cloud line. Ooh. And we're just flying down the east coast of Scotland towards Dundee is one of our first waypoints. It's pretty much dead ahead. We hit Dundee. So I think I'll switch us over to the Fly Live overlay. Oh no, I'm already on the overlay. What am I talking about? So it's already there. For some reason I've not properly put it in, so that's a bit annoying. I apologise. I should have set that up. So let me just do that. And we're going to be around 6. My bad for putting the overlay on too soon. And there we have it. Wind farm. Now I've flown this a couple of times, I've realised actually how it's actually not that difficult to fly. Really, as in, you know, once you know and you've got it up and running. Just pull our power back a bit. So what are we at now? The time is 4:57 here, so we've basically got what I think will be an hour and a bit, basically, till we arrive in Manchester. So for the next part of the video, I guess it will be just a bit of music with some views of the cruise, basically, and we might stop when there's things to talk about, etc. During the cruise, but we'll see. So anyway, this bit of music that you're going to hear now is actually one of my bands, a heavy plug, called August and After, and this is our latest single, which is Stream. Enjoy the views.
The sky is a screen and we're watching it stream for the night. You point with your left while I'm holding my breath with my right. The night is young and we're naive, nestled on the safer side of evening. Scared to commit, so we sit here still staring at the ceiling. And we'll rain, and you'll rain for the night. Will I follow you? Will I ever be the one? On the earth, I'm the best and the worst of a cautious mind. As far out of reach, they're all stuck in too deep, 'cause we're too far behind. And Hermes is the renegade, chiaroscuro in a state of mourning. As the sun pushes through and it lights up a truth.
And here we are, just approaching our first waypoint, which is Lucia's, which is straight ahead, and to our right, if we look out the right, you'll see Dundee. That's Dundee down there to the right, and Lucia's is dead ahead.
And you'll rain for the night. Will I follow you? Will I ever be the one? And we stream, stream, stream as I scream at the stars till they answer me.
Going to lift us up out of this cloud. So we head up to 7,000 feet. I need to go even higher, actually, looking at this. So I'm going to keep climbing up out of these clouds. So I'm just going to go straight up to 10,000. I think we'll be fine from 10,000. So just about managed to get out of these clouds. Although there are some ahead which we might end up in for a little bit, but I'm fine with that. Okay, so we've hit a bit of weather as we come into England, of course. So I'm trying to just bring us up to around 11,400 feet just to hopefully clear these clouds a bit. I know I've had to keep climbing throughout this flight, but I think it makes it technically a bit safer, doesn't it? So, and a bit less bumpy. So I'm going to hold the altitude once we get here. And thankfully for us, we're doing brilliantly on fuel compared to the last, or the flight up to Aberdeen. Okay, I'm going to hold us 11,400. That's the plan. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I had a few issues with OBS, and it it wouldn't capture my monitor for some reason, so sorry about that. I think we missed the fact that I've ended up having to climb a bit higher, so I'm now at 11,400 feet to try and get out of the weather that we've had. It still gets a bit bumpy from now and again. I don't want to go too much higher. We're over the UK now. I'll just show you where we are. We are here. So yeah, Manchester is not too far away now. So I will probably start descending relatively soon. But I also want to work out exactly what I do. I mean, I don't know whether I'm actually going to be able to do this, but I don't know whether this is actually possible. I've never tried the vectors to, how do I get up to the... Oh, obviously, so I can only select an approach then, it seems. So if I press enter, I'm going to come in on ILS 23 right. In fact, I'm just going to double check the... oh, flight radar's timed out, so let's just have a look. Just want to check what Manchester is doing before I make a fool of myself. Oh, wind is from the north, so probably not by the looks of things. Looks like I'm going to have to come in on 05. Oh no. They're still taking off. Even though the winds are from the north. Surprises me a little bit. Okay, I'll come in on 23 right then. Screw it. So I guess I press enter here. Approach, load or activate. Okay, so transition is going to be, let's have a look on our arrival here into, just need to get the right airport in. I don't have a flight plan loaded in, so so for 23 right and we're coming from the north. So yeah, it's going to be daily. We want to load that in. I'm not quite sure when I actually activate it. I mean, I suppose I could. I should probably activate it now, to be honest. Let's activate it now. So let's activate. Well, actually, yeah. So we're going to activate the approach. It's going to take us to daily first as a transition. I think that makes sense. It's pretty much the same. And it's 14 minutes until arrival, so I'm going to start bringing us down. Basically, I'm going to bring us down to probably about 7,000 feet. Let me just pitch us down. Like so. Which will probably mean we're going to hit these clouds, which is classic so far. I'm really loving the ORBX scenery. ORBX England and Scotland looking really nice. So I'm hoping this works, all this approach stuff. It'll be interesting to see how it works, and if it works, if not, I'm sure I'll hopefully be able to get it down. So we need to be to 3,500 feet for the localizer. I'm sure I'll be fine, and I'm perfectly actually in setting 7,000 for daily. We should be at 7,000 for daily. I don't know whether we're actually going to get down to that point. I don't think we are necessarily. I might have to pitch us down even more, to be honest. Actually, no, we might be okay. We're almost at 10 now. We're coming down quite steadily now. In comes the weather. Once again. Now I've sort of got to grips with the systems on this aircraft, I'm really enjoying flying it now. I mean, obviously that's an obvious thing really. The more you learn how to fly these aircraft, obviously the more fun they become. Because you're not constantly worrying about the what you're doing, whether it's right or whatever. I don't know why that looks like it says... Oh, there we go. That was really weird. It looked like it was saying 19,000 feet then on the altimeter, but we're alright. It just doesn't click back to 0 until you've done the 9,000s. We're easily going to be down for 7,000 for daily, which is good. Coming down nicely. Got tons of fuel, which is good to see. So I think I'm going to bring on the landing light. Not had any trouble with traffic so far. I've got Ultimate Traffic 2 running, and I know sometimes it gets a bit tricky, but it seems to be okay for now. So this approach is going to bring us right over the airport, it seems, and then back round, which might be quite nice actually. Depending on looking at this cloud though, I'm not so sure how much we're going to be able to see. In fact, should we have a look at Active Sky and see what it's saying for Manchester at the moment? So the clouds are broken at 3,200 feet. So we might be able to see a bit, but we need to be lower than 3,200 feet to properly be able to see by the looks of things. I will take the map off. I should have done that before anyway. I'll take that off now so you can see fully what's going on. So we're at 7,800, we're slowly coming down to 7,000 feet. We're not too far from Daly. As you can see, there's Daly. So we'll easily be down 7,000. And then we need to be down to 3,500 feet for the what I'm assuming is the localizer. I mean, I might just have a look at this and see what it's saying route-wise. Yeah, so it is doing what I think it should do, which is good. It's the correct approach. So that's the first time that all that programming in the approach has worked. I'm sure I've tried it with other airports and it didn't seem to quite work, but I'm glad that this has worked for today. So coming up to 7,000, it looks like it's perfectly managing it to daily, to be honest. I don't know whether that's just sheer luck or whether it is actually knowing that we need to be at 7,000 for daily. I don't know. Just going to hold us there until we hit daily. We can watch here when the flight pan goes pink for the next waypoint. There it is, so there's daily. So we're now going to be down to 3,500 feet. Let's make sure we're properly pitched. And I'm just going to bring the throttle back a touch. Except my throttle doesn't seem to be working for some odd reason. Why isn't my throttle working? Oh dear. Hang on, let me just check my controls. Okay. There we go. Don't know what happened there. Just bringing the throttle back so we're not too fast. Thanks. I'm happy with 140 knots as we descend. So we're basically making a beeline for the airport here, and we're going to bank round to the left and then basically follow the runway at 3,500 feet, and then take a left turn to bring us round, and then on a right turn to finals. So this should be interesting. Never done this sort of approach into Manchester before. In fact, I might just zoom this in a bit. Oh, wrong way. Oh, leading L. Sorry about that. Just so we can really see what we're doing then. And looking at this, hopefully we will be getting straight out of the clouds. Sure my heading is correct. Seven 3 technically. As you can see, football stadium coming up, and this, I think, coming in this way would be Old Trafford. I think. Oh no, wait, hang on. No, it won't. No, this must be the Etihad. So this must be Man City's ground, and I'm a Man City supporter, so I should know really. But I think oh no, maybe not. I almost think coming in this way it shouldn't be, but I might be completely wrong. No, that's definitely not the Etihad. That is Old Trafford that we're just about to fly over. I was thinking really it shouldn't be this side. It's pretty cool, straight over Old Trafford. I didn't think we'd do this on the flight. Okay, we're coming up on 3,000 feet, which is in well enough time, which is good. This is just the scenery. I've not got any Manchester scenery, so it's not the most spectacular scenery, is it? Stadium scenery, but oh, I've actually gone past it. I need to gain some altitude again. Let me just pitch ourselves back up. But my bad, I was too busy looking at the bit more power. Might as well stall. So we're obviously descending just a bit quick there. Let's just get ourselves back up to 3,500 and we can hold the altitude there until we call for the localizer. There we go, it should now hold us there. And as you can see, this is Manchester Airport dead ahead of us here. So we're actually going to make a left turn at the end of the runway and follow the runway heading back on ourselves at 3,500. See, we've got some traffic down there. We've got a couple of aircraft parked up. Quite a few, I think, parked up there as well. Like a few EasyJets maybe and stuff like that. And this is the M56, I think it is. Runs past the airport. Looks busy today. It's a pretty good shot of where we are. Can't see anything on the runways at the moment. So we're going to be running on 23 right, which is here. This is 23 left. This is their number 1 runway. Number 2. So we're going to be making a bank left imminently. Here we go. I'm just going to pull our speed back a touch now that we're holding our altitude. I want to be around 140 knots, I feel. Give ourselves a chance to get around and stuff. It's a nice easy bank round to the left. And this is Woodford Airport. It's sort of a testing airfield. They test a lot of aircraft there, or at least they used to. We had a friend of my dad who used to test fly the 146s. The Avro, I think it is 146s. And he used to have to purposely fly them through storms and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Going to give ourselves a bit more throttle. want to go too slow. You see how we're just crossing over to the what would be, if you were facing the airport, the right hand side, to then do a right hand turn back round onto finals. So we're going to head straight back on ourselves here. So I'm hoping that when I press the approach button, I mean, I might need to put in the, I've not even thought about this, but I might need to actually put in any of these. I mean, the localizer here should be so I want it should be 109.5 technically. I need to make sure that I've got that selected for the approach. Suddenly thought, I don't think I need you. Good. So looking at the lights, etc. I think we're all good there. Landing lights are on. Emergency lights probably should have been armed. At least we've got them armed for the approach. Okay, so we're going to aim a little bit to the left here, and then it's going to bring us on a big loop round to the right. And when we hit this point is when I'm going to arm that localizer. Well, I'm going to arm the approach, sorry. And hopefully it will pick up the localizer, and following that the glide slope, and these should light up. So as you can see here, let me get rid of that. When I press the approach, hopefully this will come up as armed and the glide slope is armed, and then I don't know whether that goes off once the localizer is captured. I guess we'll see that, because I mean this is already green. But then the glide slope should hopefully then go to glide slope captured once it is captured. Hopefully it will be. If it doesn't, it'll be a bit annoying. Okay, so we're coming around to the right now. Here's the right turn. That was a little bit of a... We're a little bit off that turn, I think. It banked us a little bit too sharp. I'm glad that we're nicely below the clouds. I'm glad it's not, the cloud level isn't too low, so we can properly see what we're doing on this approach. Actually, looking where we are flight plan wise, oh no, I should be fine. I should be fine. up in these hills is where I grew up. That's why I love coming into Manchester. Look at that scenery. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so I think I'm going to arm the approach now. And that has caught the localizer. It really feels like it has there. Turning us right round and we're waiting for the glide slope to come in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go flaps 10. I'm going to bring the throttle back. Don't want to bring it too far back. That's my bad. Got a little center point on my throttle and it popped back into that. What I didn't want. There's the airport. Just give us a bit more power there. And we're hoping that the glide will come in imminently. So, and we'll hope that this goes over to here and is green. That's what we want. Although we are pitching up, which is not good, and I feel like we might have just lost that. We need to definitely come down. Try again. Got the localizer. Okay, I know this is really drastic, but feel like we've managed it now. I mean, I don't know whether I needed to have feathered already. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe I needed to already be feathered. Maybe that's why it was trying to pull me to the right so much. I don't know. We are low. Not epically low though, I know it says there, but the pappy lights will soon come in. There we go. I'm back on the glide now. So it's a bit annoying that that hasn't worked really. That I just missed the glide. I'm just going to clear the approach. All is good on the way in now. Nice and level. I think that might have been something that I needed to do then. I need to already feather it, basically. A bit high now. Get our nose down a bit. I've got a feeling that maybe my rudder pedals aren't working, because it really isn't making a damn bit of difference at the moment. So I've got a feeling that when my joystick went off mid-flight, my rudders have also gone. So I'm now doing this without any form of rudder. Oh no, I can do it on my joystick actually. Just found it. Although it's very hard to do it like that. So I'll attempt this without the rudder. Although I have used a bit there to get us back. We're a little bit low, should be fine. Coming in. Ooh. Oh, we bounced. We bounced, but we got it down. I just realised my brakes aren't working either. My foot brakes. So we're going to have to go to the next exit. And I can't brake. So I'm going to have to go even further. That's never happened before, where all my things just have shut off. So I lost my joystick and I've lost my rudder pedals. Hopefully I'll be able to connect them back in a second. Although I'm not going to be able to stop us. The issue. Using a bit reversed. Reverse. There we go. Had to use a bit of reverse there to do it. Let me just check my pedals. Not entirely sure which is my pedals. 1 second. Okay, let's see if they're working now. There we go. I had to unplug them and plug them back in again. Need to be wary of that. So landing lights can come off. Taxi light can come on. Position light can go off, I think. And the strobe can go off. Okay. So let's get taxi into going to get moving, or not quite sure why we're not moving now. The brake's off. Oh, it's because I'm on feather, isn't it? So I now need to be... Oh, I haven't put my flaps up either. Now we're moving. Bring the flaps up. Oh, so hard not to taxi too quick. There's a Dash 8 by the looks of things heading towards us. We're going to take a left here. And I'm just going to look to see on GSX exactly where the sort of GA parking is. If there is any. Parking. Just check gates left. Maybe we'll take that. There's left 61, which is actually not far away. Or there is, actually let's go on some of the rights. So let's just go back with that. My bad. We'll just go to the right and we'll go right 70. So yeah, I'm a little bit gutted that the approach didn't completely work. We almost did it. I'm hoping that obviously the next time I fly it on stream, I'll be able to nail that. I just need to be careful of obviously my altitude and what the pitch. It's only started to pitch us up, so I needed to just be careful of that. I'm not quite sure why it did that, because I should have been on altitude hold. Or the glide slope, so I'm not entirely sure why it did that, but anyway, you live and learn. And of course, yeah, it's just a bit of a pain that my landing wasn't particularly good, because I ended up with no rudder pedals, which made it a little bit difficult. Alright, so we're going to take a left here. This is where we're going to go left. Right up the far end here on the left. To go past some big triple, well, there's a 777 there. I'm not sure what the other one is. Well, they're both 777s. They're both 777s. Okay, so right 70 is coming up. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this parked. Always my favourite bit. I always find, again, the power with this, it's like it's either rolling very fast or it's not rolling at all. As you can see. And it soon comes to a stop. Come on. Want to go a little bit further. Okay, slightly off. Yeah, so the generators are off. We want... Oh god, sorry, pressing all the wrong buttons. 8. Get these to feather. And the fuel levers need to come off. Both props. What else? So boost pumps come off. Lights. Light can come off. Anti-collision light can come off. Fasten seatbelt signs come off. No smoking signs can come off. Emergency lights can come off. Battery external switch, so that's here. Comes to off. DC master to off. And there we go. And the control locks, which I'm guessing, do I just press this again? Are on. There we go. I'm guessing we can I don't know what GSX does if I request deboarding here. Be interesting to see what it does. Take the overlay off. Hopefully this will load. There you go. So it's driving around. I don't know where it's going to go. Oh, that was baggage unloading. That's it. Nice and simple. So yeah, that's it for my second YouTube video. Again, I apologise for the landing. That was one of those things that rudder pedals just decided to stop working after the joystick. And yeah, just missed the glide slope, but next time, and hopefully that will be on stream. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like it. I do stream on Twitch, so make sure you check out my Twitch channel. I'm also on Discord. All the information will be below the video. So yeah, get subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you on a stream or hopefully in the air somewhere else. See you soon.